Haley from OneOnRabbits.com, and today I'm going to be giving a little bit of an update. So for those of you who follow me on my social media will probably already know this, but Ebony has been sick for like the past week. It's been a little bit over a week now, and she's better as of now, but she was sick for a whole week with stasis. So if you're wondering why I'm not showing her, it's just because she's still really stressed out. So I'll insert a couple clips from like my security camera and stuff throughout the video so that you guys can see her, but I don't really want to like stick a camera in her face because she's really just not having that right now. So that's why I'm going to be showing you guys the other bunnies. So I'm in Belle and Sterling's pen. So basically what happened was about the past month, so probably a little over a month now, Ebony had been acting very off. Like since she moved here, her anxiety has been a lot better, to the point where I didn't need to give her rescue remedy anymore. She was like hopping around. She always ate veggies with the other bunnies, which was a big improvement. So she was doing super well. And then all of a sudden I noticed there was fur all the time all over the cage, and it was Ebony's fur because it was black. And I noticed every time Ebony even got near Lulu, or anytime Lulu went near Ebony, Lulu would literally like rip the fur out of her, chase her around the pen like crazy. She was like, she never hurt her permanently, like she never like caused an injury, but literally was ripping fur out and like causing her to be terrified. So Ebony was literally hiding in a hidey house 24/7, like constantly. So I tried a couple things. There was a couple days where she like wouldn't eat. She refused to eat any veggies. So I would separate her for a little bit and then she'd go back to eating, and then I'd put her back with Mocha and Lulu. And I had this happen 2 or 3 times where she like wouldn't eat, and I separated her and then she was fine. And I tried a couple different things. I tried opening this up and expanding it into the rest of the basement. I don't have the light on right now, so it's really dark, but I tried expanding it into here. It was a big hassle because you had to like open the X pen to get to the laundry room, and it was just a pain, and it didn't really help the fact that Ebony was still being chased. But still, if she got in contact with Lulu, Lulu would literally chase her, like high speed chase. So that wasn't a very good situation. But I didn't want to separate them because they've been together since 2014, so that's been about 3 years. And I just don't, I've always heard that like you should never separate rabbits, they're like friends for life or whatever. And I agree with that in a sense. Like I would never separate Sterling and Belle, they're just so close. And I would never separate Mocha and Lulu because they're so close. But Ebony has never been close to anyone. Like there's been times where she's snuggled with the other bunnies, but it's really short-lived before either Lulu attacks her or, you know, she gets scared. So she's never been close to Mocha and Lulu at all, and she's always kind of been the third wheel. So that's partly why I got Sterling, because I thought Sterling would be like a friend for Ebony and he could live with them, but it turned out that Lulu hated him, so that didn't work. So then Ebony did the same thing again, and she wasn't eating. She was extremely stressed out. At this point I had started rescue remedy through that whole month, so she had been getting rescue remedy like once a day, a fairly high dose that it should have been working, and it wasn't helping at all. And she was just terrified. She was terrified of me because I kept having to pick her up and give her meds, and it was just a horrible situation. And I was like, okay, for Ebony's health, I need to separate her. So I separated her and I felt really good about it. Mocha and Lulu literally were so happy that she was gone. Like Lulu has like been so chill and she's been snuggling with Mocha. I honestly think Lulu hates Ebony for some weird reason. Lulu escaped one day and was like hopping up to Ebony's pen, and Ebony flipped out. She like totally was like lunging at Lulu through the fence, and I realized that Ebony does not like Lulu at all, so I thought it was a very good situation that I separated her. and Ebony was still stressed out from like that whole situation. And a couple days later, she went into stasis. So when Ebony gets stasis, I've only had her go into stasis twice since I've owned her, but it's really scary. Like when Sterling gets stasis, he's binking within like 2 hours after medication. Like he bounces back so fast. And with Ebony, she's not like that at all. It takes her about a week to fully recover from stasis. So there was a couple days in there where I was kind of afraid that she wasn't gonna make it. Sterling, what are you doing? So that's kind of why I haven't updated you guys sooner about this. I just really wasn't sure if Ebony was like going to recover because it was pretty severe. And pretty much if you don't know what stasis is, it means a rabbit stops eating, which means their gut stops. And when their gut stops moving, they can die within 12 to 24 hours without treatment. So I took her to an ER vet down in Madison. She got treatment. 2 days later, I went to my normal vet on a normal weekday, and I got all the stuff I needed. I got sub-Q fluids, and I got critical care. Well, I already had critical care, but was told to do critical care, oral fluids, oops, I just hit you then, and antibiotics, motility drugs, and Medicam. So I had a ton, like everything Ebony needed to get better, and it just took about a week after I got that for her to fully recover. I was pretty much like feeding her and giving her meds every 2 hours, so it was kind of crazy. I barely slept for like the first 3 days, and you know, it was just kind of a crazy week last week. But yeah, good news is she's completely recovered, and since then she's been so happy. Like I figured out that Ebony's the type of rabbit who likes to graze. So when she was with Mocha and Lulu would attack the food and eat it all at once, which is what these guys do too. But when I have Ebony alone, she literally like grazes all day. Like she'll eat one piece of lettuce in 1 hour, and then like 5 hours later she'll eat another piece of lettuce, and then like 2 hours later she'll like finish it. But she does not eat it all in one sitting, which I think when she was with Mocha and Lulu, she just never got veggies because they would eat it all right away. And she's definitely enjoying being able to graze and just go at her own pace, which is nice. And she's been, honestly, since I've owned Ebony, I've owned her since 2014, so that's like 3 years. I have only seen her flop maybe once in my life. And since separating her from Mocha and Lulu, I've seen her flop probably 5 or 6 times. She's literally so happy like being alone. I've never, like, I was shocked at how like content she was. So I know there's a lot of stigma around like single rabbits and how rabbits shouldn't be alone, and I definitely agree to an extent, but when it's becoming to the point where your rabbit is being so stressed out by other bunnies that it's making them have life-threatening illnesses, that's not okay. And I did think for a little bit before she got stasis about, this is so cute, look. This is so fun. Teeter-totter. Okay, she's probably annoying. So I did think about bonding her to Belle and Sterling. But the thing is I think Ebony's anxiety is to the point where, at least for now, she needs to be alone for a while just to like reset herself. And I also don't know if she would be good with other bunnies, even if they are more even-tempered. Just because how I mentioned, like, she hates to like eat all at once, and she's just, if she was with other bunnies, she would never be able to eat at her own pace. She would never be able to just relax and get away. And Sterling and Belle are super active. They run around like crazy, and Ebony's just not that type of rabbit. She's not hyper, she's not crazy, and I just don't feel at this point that I've ever met a rabbit that she probably would work out with. So as of now, I'm just gonna keep an eye on her, and if she continues to act super happy being alone, then that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna put her life at risk to bond her with another bunny. That's just not worth it to me. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I know it wasn't a super exciting video, but a lot of you guys have been asking how Ebony was doing. So I just wanted to update you that she's doing wonderful, much better, and she is very happy to be alone and away from Lulu, and Mocha and Lulu are doing just fine. Be sure to follow me on my social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that type of stuff, so that you guys will know like if one of my rabbits gets sick or what's going on in my life. I kind of try to keep you guys updated on there, but I know this past couple weeks I haven't been very good about it just because I was super sleep deprived. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon on a new video. Bye!